Nearly 18 million toll-paying vehicles crossed the Delaware Memorial Bridge in 2016. That beat the record set in 2015, and 2017 could set another record for the southernmost hard crossing of the Delaware River, joining Delaware and New Jersey. With so many travelers using the bridge, maintaining the decades-old structure requires vigilance.
We have the same problem that everybody else in the country does. We have aging infrastructure. Our two bridges were built in 1951 and 1968, so aging infrastructure requires a lot of time, money, and effort to keep it up to date and keep it running.
On a hot day in mid-August, the Delaware Memorial Bridge was dedicated. It was an exciting day for Delawareans and their neighbors in New Jersey and Maryland. The object they had watched grow from the dream of a Chamber of Commerce director in the 1920s to a sketch on a drafting board to the sixth longest bridge in the world was to be dedicated to the World War II dead of Delaware and New Jersey.
When the first span opened more than 60 years ago, no one could have imagined that the bridge would be as heavily traveled so soon. That's why the second span was built 17 years later. And no one back then could have imagined the technology now used to monitor and maintain the twin span. The Delaware River and Bay Authority recently deployed a new drone that can fly and swim underwater to inspect the bridge. Other new technology is being added to the bridge structure itself. The bridge is only the second in the nation to be retrofitted with a dehumidification system that will reduce corrosion along the main cable supports.
The main cables are made of steel, and the number one problem that we have to prevent on our bridge is we want to prevent corrosion. So the dehumidification project is being installed to protect those main cables from the threat of corrosion and to slow it down almost to a negligible point so the cables hopefully will last for many, many generations.
This scaffolding under the main cable supports workers installing that dehumidification system.
We have, for the last 2 years, had a capital improvement program of almost $100 million, and frankly, you're going to see that for the next 5 to 10 years, the same volume of work.
In addition to that protective system, a new lighting system has been installed and new electronic toll collection equipment is being put in. Those toll lanes provide a critical source of revenue to fund all the maintenance and upgrades at the bridge.
All of our money comes from toll revenues from the bridge, from fees that we charge our customers who ride on the ferries, and landing fees at the airports. We do not use any taxpayer dollars.
The DRBA's maintenance work doesn't stop at the toll plaza either. It stretches about 6 miles along I-295 towards the I-95 interchange. That area is in the middle of a massive overhaul that's caused plenty of delays for drivers.
Although we have almost always maintained 2 travel lanes, the problem is when you have an accident, and we do have accidents once in a while, then you are basically restricting traffic to 1 lane and things back up very quickly.
The 295 project should be done by late 2018. So what's the future hold for the Delaware Memorial Bridge? Non-stop maintenance and more upgrades.
We're seeing a lot more steel work. We're going to have to replace what's called the pin and link system on the bridge coming up this year and next year. And I think in the next, probably 10 to 15 years, you're probably going to see a major redecking of the bridges. That's a huge, very expensive undertaking, very lengthy undertaking. But again, given the age of the bridges, you're going to have to see that.
There's also plans for some added protection in the river.
Today's barges and ships are much bigger than they used to be when the bridges were constructed, so we're going to construct an advanced ship collision system that consists of basically some pillars that are anchored in the river, so if a ship should stray off course and hit one of the pillars, it would not damage the bridge. We have a collision protection system on there now, but it was really designed for the vessels of many years ago. But that's a major, probably $40 million plus investment that we're going to have to make in the next few years.
It's all part of the effort to help more than 70,000 drivers that use the bridge every day keep on the move.
The Delaware Memorial Bridge is iconic. It's one of the largest twin spans in the world. Part of our goal is we want to enhance the lifespan of that bridge.